Okay, here we are. Welcome to our first ever celebrated live. Here we are, 2 p.m. Friday, April 10th. Big day in the history of travel and media. Not so much, but I appreciate all. I think we're at about 50 of you who are here right now. Mostly family, friends. I'm sure my kids are on. But we've got a very special guest today. Ty Horn is joining me, but big picture, big announcement coming up in about 10 minutes. Let us invite Ty in. Ty, 2-1, you should be showing up.
Good
I'm
afternoon.
I'm not sure there is a better looking man in travel. Ty, thank you so much for being here. Um,
Flattering as always.
well, I mean, you see what David and Isla made for me?
I see. Like they've been very busy in their free time. It
Oh
looks
my
great.
gosh. I mean, a celebrated live sign. And not only does it have jewels on it, but it has a Superman, a Batman. They're all here. They're all here.
Perfect. Perfect. You
So,
know.
I miss you, man. It's been a few weeks since we've been
Yeah.
close.
How are you feeling? How was the quarantine in the basement?
So I didn't really broadcast it, as you know, but if you are going to ask, I'm a very transparent and open guy. Um,
Yeah.
so yes, I got bit by the COVID bug. So I pretty much had symptoms, for about 3 weeks. Never
Yeah.
was it that terrible. Only had a fever for 2 days. But I did have that dry cough. Eventually, somehow got pneumonia. But really, completely 100% now, and it was an experience. I did not like living in the basement for 2 weeks. That was not fun. Well,
You had
Laura,
you had ample time to grow a beard. I see.
I did. I did. As you can see, I mean, Ty, I gotta say, you're looking pretty trimmed and groomed. I'm like an ape man over here. Like this is a mess. I mean, normally everyone who's watching right now in this industry knows that I'm all, suited, booted, clean
Yeah.
cut hair. No, I am an ape man right now. So it's true. But Ty, you look good, man. Have you been
Thank
getting
you.
haircuts?
I have not been able to get a haircut. This is actually quite long for me at the moment, but it's working. So
Have you run out of toilet paper? People want to know.
now, since I'm one of the people who seems to still go to the office and get out and about a little bit, I've been able to manage picking up those types of staples. So I'm
I
okay.
mean, it's a big deal, and I'm glad that you have been so resourceful. Now, not many people know this about Ty, but he's married to an incredible man, Jimmy,
Yes,
who is a chef.
he
So,
is
how has
indeed.
food during quarantine been?
Well, food is great. We're very fortunate in my house because although Jimmy is a great chef, one, I guess, product of this situation with the virus is he hasn't had the opportunity to share all those wonderful things with the outside world. But we remain well stocked and well looked after at Leo
That's
Lane.
that's
So
good.
yeah,
You're a pretty good cook too. You're a pretty good cook
yeah,
too. I don't want to sell you
hold
short.
my own, hold my own for sure. Yeah.
I want to jump into the Q&A with Ty. We're going to start with two true or false questions. Okay.
Okay.
There's been a rumor about this. So I just want to get it out right now. True or false that you are actually an incredible hip hop dancer, and in your 20s you used to give lessons. True or false?
That sadly that would be false.
A little bit surprised, but okay, the truth is out there. Next true or false question.
Yeah.
I love this one.
Hmm.
Ty Horn moved to Nashville to pursue a music career in his 20s, and you actually played live at many venues. True or false?
So that is true with one caveat. That actually happened when I was 19. That's been almost 20 years ago. So a lot of
What?
people who have met me in recent years would not know that about me, but that is ultimately how I ended up in the travel industry was the need for a job.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if we ever do celebrated experience baseball cards, that key fact will definitely be on the back of Ty Horn's card. And Ty, in this age of coronavirus quarantine,
Yes.
the people, all the many kind people who have joined us right now, they deserve a song. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you sing the whole thing. Would you give us 15 seconds of Ty Horn?
I can do that. How about I give you a couple verses of a song that hopefully will make people feel good during this challenging time.
How thoughtful.
Okay,
Yes.
here we
Roll,
go.
go.
All
Yes.
right. You know there's a lot that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church 'cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind. There you go.
Ty, ladies and gentlemen, Ty, you don't hear it, but I hear it in my neighborhood right now. It is loud applause. Thank you very, very much. Ty, actually, your mom has actually just gotten in touch with us. She uses clearly an alias on Facebook and
Yeah.
says, I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'm his mom. This is true. So your mom
That is my
definitely knew
mom.
you were a singer.
Hi, Mom.
So, and Tori, we have a message from New Jersey. Tori was waving the lighter in New Jersey.
There you go.
Woo! Amazing.
It's a pleasure.
All
Thank
right. So, next thing, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What was your first job in hospitality? You talked about the fact that you had to jump into this thing. What
Yeah.
happened? First job?
Front desk of a Country Inn and Suites in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, right before 9/11, mostly.
Wow. So many directions I could go in with that, but the one I do want to ask, what was the effect of 9/11 at the Country Inn and Suites in Murfreesboro?
It would have been a pretty dark time. And a situation like that, you probably have similar to today, where a hotel like that, which is well positioned, off an interstate on the way to Florida, but from the Midwest, you'd still have quite a lot of people stopping off because there was a lot of driving going on back then, if you can
Right,
recall.
right,
A lot of moving around, so it's busy.
right. Well, when you're okay, in our job, the number one thing for me, no question, is you get to tangibly hear, see, feel people's reactions to not only their trips, but in the day-to-day engagement of working with us. And we're very fortunate to have incredible clients who share that feedback, and that makes the
Absolutely.
job super fun. So
Mhm.
tell me, what element of the job at Celebrated makes you feel the most fulfilled?
The most fulfilled. Um, I would say that it's the role we play and how we connect our guide partners on the ground with the right hotel stays for clients and the way that all comes together. We have the opportunity to have fun here and get creative as we know more about people and what they like. And with what we have on the ground in our destinations, we get to do so many fun things beyond just conventional touring and sightseeing. That's probably my favorite part of when we are putting things together, and looking forward to those days coming back and putting those trips together for sure.
It is a miracle. I mean, every few days we're still getting these requests in, these
Yep.
optimists out there. God bless the optimists.
Yep.
Actually, they're probably the realists. We know we're going to be traveling again. May as well get planning now and get the benefit of getting that booking in.
Absolutely.
So Ty, if you weren't in hospitality, and before we get to the big announcement question coming up in a second, okay?
Yeah.
If you weren't in hospitality, would you do hip hop dancing, or what would you do? What would you do if you did not do hospitality?
If I was not doing hospitality, I imagine at this point in my life, I'd probably be doing something, selling similar lines and really giving back, and something more in the nonprofit space, which I do outside of work now. So that would be something I'd expand on probably.
That's amazing. And I know, when you have Ty rarely takes days off. When he does, they're usually around philanthropic activities. And it's one of the things I've always loved about you. And, it's celebrated impact, giving back. I think it really bonds so many of the people on our team. So it doesn't surprise me that you said that. I love that. All right, so here we go. Big announcement. Oh, before the announcement, wow, we have our farthest distant hello. Our good friend Sandra from Kenmare has just said hello. Thank you. I hope everything is lovely on the Ring of Kerry. Thank you, Sandra. And speaking of Ireland, a nice segue to our announcement. So if you have found this interesting, semi-enjoyable, better than whatever else you were doing during quarantine, we have some happy news. We've heard from a lot of our clients that they'd love to see us more, have more engagement with Celebrated. And I'm not going to lie to you, I miss everyone so much. Like, for people like me and Ty to not be able to jump in and see you and engage with you and hug you has been really hard. So we are going to start a weekly Celebrated Live. It will be Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. in Rome, 7 in London, 11 a.m. in LA, sometime earlier than that in Australia and Japan. But we will be global, and we'd love to kind of share this with you every 2 p.m. on Mondays. I think the bottom line here is, it's time to celebrate Mondays with Celebrated Live. There it is, Ty. That's the catchphrase.
It'll be great. And next week's first guest is a lot prettier than me. So,
Ty, she is prettier than you. It's true. So our first guest on the official first ever Celebrated Live is Mari Chalk. Mari Chalk is one of the most epic hoteliers in Ireland. She has been the general manager at 2 incredible hotels. Of course, they're celebrated. Hayfield Manor and Ahado Heights. And now she is on the senior leadership team at one of the world's best hotels, Drumullen Castle. We are going to be talking all sorts of craziness. I'm going to ask her wacky, wacky questions. And the truth is that our dear friend Mari Chalk is also a bit of a socialite. So I'm going to try to really pull some things out of her, get all that great Irish gossip. And remember, we always have a Q&A section. So people, type in at the bottom of the screens, not only what you want me to ask Ty, but definitely on Monday what you want me to ask Mari. So that is our big news. We will see you Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in Florence. All right, so here, let's jump back in. We're going to go to the Q&A speed round, Ty.
Okay.
2 choices. Because you're you, I'll let you say neither. So you got a third choice, okay? Here we go.
Okay.
Start big. Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Correct. Number 2.
Is there a correct answer to these?
Oh, no, I'm just an opinionated guy, and if you were a great guy, man. Okay, so, all right, number two. Whiskey or vodka?
Whiskey. What would you choose? Is there a question?
Okay. Vodka's there when there's nothing else around. Okay, or Bloody Marys. Okay, number 3. London or Paris?
London.
It was a trick question. I was going to fire you immediately if you had said Paris. Paris, you're great. We love you, Paris. You're no London. Okay, next. If you're doing an activity, one of our many hotels that have these activities, do you go falconry or off-road driving?
So those that know me well, I'm going to expand on this, know that I'm not a big fan of like avian activities in general. So I would definitely choose the off-road driving, and I'd like to be behind the wheel.
Hoteliers that are watching, and based on comments, there are many, I would like on this next inspection tour, if Ty is around, lots of awkward pictures with Ty holding birds.
Yeah, been there, done that. cellular.
All right, next.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one, do you go starter or do you go dessert?
Starter, because I'm always really hungry.
All right, and last, dog or cat?
Dog.
No question. So a lot of you don't know this about Ty. Ty is quite a caregiver. After getting many years of care from his dog Hugo of Vizsla, Ty actually is taking care of his dog who now is completely blind. Is that right, Ty?
Yeah. So Hugo was born deaf, and we've had him since he was about 6 weeks old, and he is now blind as well, and he's about 12 now, and as adorable and as cuddly as ever, and would not trade him for the world. He's the best.
Oh, he's an amazing dog. Love him. My kids love him. Laura loves him. Yeah, Hugo's incredible. But again, it says a lot about you, the way you've been a dad to that dog.
Thanks.
Okay, so as everybody knows, a big thing that we do at Celebrated since 1990, when mom and dad started the business, annual inspection tours. Every property that we book, and we're very fortunate to have so many great properties, about 30 to 40 hotels a year will apply to get in. We'll look at those properties as well, plus other properties that aren't in our collection just that we want to see and catch up on. But Ty, any funny stories from an inspection tour?
Yeah, there's one in particular that comes to mind. I think, as everyone knows, I quite enjoy traveling with Preston, and we've had the chance to travel.
Preston's also my dad. He's also my dad, for this right.
So with Chief, Mr. Epstein, and a couple of years ago now, we were in Ireland, in Killarney actually, and one night it was a Sunday night, and we were out with the folks who run the Killarney Park Hotel and the Ross Hotel in Killarney. Mari Chalk was there from Jamolan as well. We were at a fantastic place called Reedy's. Great, actually, country-esque band from Limerick was playing that night. I remember that. And I had gone off to actually pay closer attention to what the band was doing. And when I came back, there were a crowd of people surrounding Preston. He was sitting on a stool in the corner of the bar, and people were taking pictures with him and asking him for autographs and all this stuff. And I thought, well, he's been, really well known in Ireland for a long time. But like, what's going on? And they were all convinced that Robert De Niro was there.
Correct.
He does bear a striking resemblance to Robert De Niro. But so that went on for quite a while, and he absolutely made the most of that and lived it up. Even to the point where he was telling people that I was his son and people that I was Robert De Niro's son. And so we were having pictures taken of the three of us together. And Mari can maybe verify this on Monday, but I'm pretty sure that there was a story in the local paper that week about Robert De Niro being seen in Killarney.
Well, PC from the Killarney Park Hotel has just chimed in. I think he heard, yes, De Niro was in town, and this is actually a true story. The citizenry of Killarney did feel that De Niro was in town. And if you haven't seen my dad, and maybe for our next episode, I'll flash up a pic. The man looks like De Niro. No question about it. So next one. I know you love London.
Yeah.
If you were post-quarantine coronavirus London, by the way, God, how great would that be? Hanging out in London just for fun. What are some things that you recommend people to do? Give some people some good tidbits and insights.
Okay, yeah. Well, I definitely, for the sake of this exercise, because some of the stuff I really enjoy is weekend activities in London. One of my favorite places now has become Maltby Street Market, which is a small laneway near the Tower of London. It's only open on Saturday and Sunday. It is a true local London place. It is all food stalls with food from all over the world. It's an awesome, awesome spot that not a lot of people know about, but I highly encourage people to go in there Saturday or Sunday. I also like the Columbia Road Flower Market over in East London. If you know me well, you know that I'm always going to be walking around, usually with like iced coffee or something. So there's some good spots all over around our hotels in London for that. And then my favorite place in London goes back 15 years from the very first time I ever was there, and I happened upon it, is my favorite restaurant in Kensington, which is Fiona's with two F's.
It's
I'm there for
great.
dinner. I'm there for dinner every time I'm in the city. She's a great friend. Cannot recommend that place highly enough. And when I think about my probably 30 some trips to London that I've been on, that's a place to me that is like going home. So
Laura and Isla and I, we were in London in October and we ate at Fiona's as well. It's just so great.
oh yeah,
So great.
yeah.
Right up the street from the Milestone.
The best. Yeah, pop into the Milestone to the Stables Bar.
We actually have more confirmation of the De Niro story. Here she is. She will be our guest soon. Such a fun night. The radio station actually called the bar to confirm if De Niro was in their bar. They replied they can confirm nor deny. That is amazing. Really, we're going to end with a question. Only a few minutes to go in this broadcast. We don't want to take up too much of people's times. Thank you, everyone for tuning in. But Ty, I wanted to ask you, in a time like this, it's celebrated. Gratitude is such a core part of our mantra, right? Even when things are tough, we kind of play the gratitude game. I want you to tell me, in this time, 2 things that you're grateful for right now.
Number one, hands down, would be, family, and that's immediate family that I get to go home to every day. But also what I think of my extended family here in the company, the way everybody has dug in through such a difficult time. And, our friends in the UK, Ireland, and Italy, the hotels, the guides, the flexibility people have displayed, our clients, our wonderful travel advisor clients. To me, it's all part of the same thing. For me, this is this industry has really become an extension of my life, and I love everybody that's in it. So for me, it's all the family. And the other thing I'm also thankful for is that, that I have the opportunity to do something every day that I think matters. And is not just a job where you clock in and clock out and head off to the next thing. And I'm very grateful, especially in times like this, that I made a decision to focus my career in this type of a business.
Country music's loss was celebrated's gain. Ken Niebauer, by the way, he was just commenting, and he says, "What are you, a musical act?" And it looks like he missed out on the singing at the beginning of the show. Maybe at the very end, we may have an encore. We'll finish with the short Thai song. Can we do that at the end for the people? There's a lot of guys, if you could comment, like, love, whatever, happy smiley face. Let us know if you want Ty to sing before the end of the show. That would be very, very helpful. Okay. Oh, look who else just tuned in. One of my mentors and heroes, the great Terry Holmes. Look at that. Executive Director of Red Carnation Hotels is watching. Cute picture of him and William. Thank you, Terry, for watching. You mean so much to both of us. But Ty, in terms of gratitude, I would say the 2 things that I'm most grateful for right now. Number one is that I have a wife that is okay that I look like a Neanderthal right now. And not only is okay with it, she actually says to people she likes it. So bearded, crazy hair Johnny, Laura is okay with it. So I'm grateful for that. The second thing is I agree with you. It's definitely the celebrated team. It's funny to call them a team because there's so much family. And I think the hardest part of the last few weeks is not being able to walk into that office and feed off of their smiles and energy. But as you know, it's been obviously a tough few weeks for a CEO and business owner going through everything that's going on. And it has been super hard. It has been super hard, but I'm so proud of the fact that we did take care and save money when times were bad, and that our team is still there working very hard on many projects. You guys are doing great. I love seeing these projects every day, getting the updates on them. And they are the best team in the world. And I'm just super grateful for them.
Thank you for your vision and your leadership and dedication to everything.
Which also is a nice segue. because my vision and leadership is just because I'm good at copying people. And two of those people I copied were my mom and dad. And I did want to end with a short message right now. And Ty, actually, I'm going to pull up some pictures. Let's kind of see if I can do this at the same time. Let's see. I'll do my best. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But this was a really tough week for me because, as Ty knows, I lost my mom. And Ty, I'm going to bring you back in 1 second. Um, uh, and I really wanted to do today because I've missed this kind of fun and energy and getting to connect with so many of you who I love. And these comments that I'm seeing on the screen and the little hearts flipping up, you all mean so much to all of us at Celebrated, and especially me. I am so lucky that I have this dream job. And I have this dream job because of my mom and my dad. In 1990, in their early 50s, they took a giant chance on this career, and they were led by integrity. And I think about my mom's characteristics, and it's all about perseverance and character and heart and energy and maniacal obsession with details and just delivering joy to our clients. And in the last few days, literally over 1,000 emails that we've received, and far more than that on Facebook and in text and everywhere else, just commenting about those that got to work with mom, and hearing those stories is just the best. But also people who've just been inspired by mom. And I think my gift that I've gotten out of this is really been able to see so many of those characteristics in mom, whether it's that perseverance or the hyper energy or just the hard work or compassion, and seeing so many of our travel industry family have those same characteristics. And I don't think it's a fluke, Ty, that people like you and I ended in this show, and that we have such an incredible team of 30 and thousands of clients, and our unbelievable drivers and guides, and our sensational hotel partners at all Celebrated hotels, all 250 of you in the UK, Ireland, and Italy. We love you all, and all the notes that you have been sending mean so much to Dad and so much to me and my sister and brother and our entire family, and Laura and Isla and David. But we're just so thankful. So thanks for letting me end with that message. As I said, Isla and David, I actually see a Captain Marvel doll behind me. And thank you to Isla and David for making our Celebrated Live sign. I'm going to bring Ty back on. Ty, are you there? Let me figure this out. 1 sec. I'll get you right back here, because Ty has said we are going to get an encore. I want to show one more picture of mom and dad, because there's something, that great picture. But let me kind of pull Ty back. Oh, let me hide those. So, Ty, let's end on a really happy note. I want you to please take us out with a song. The world needs more Ty horn singing. Hit it.
Okay, well, I'll just preface this real quick with, a lot of y'all know that I grew up in Arizona in the desert, and one of my all-time favorite singers who I grew up with, first concert I ever went to, George Strait, and this song is a George Strait song that references Arizona in kind of a tongue-in-cheek way, and it's a good way to spend some time on a Friday. So thank you all very much for joining us today. If you leave me, I won't miss you, and I won't ever take you back. Girl, your memory won't ever haunt me, 'cause I don't love you, now if you'll buy that. I got some oceanfront property in Arizona. From my front porch you can see the sea. I've got some oceanfront property in Arizona. If you'll buy that, I'll throw the Golden Gate in free. Bye, y'all.
Hi, legend, George Strait. Gosh, what a day. So, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Next time, we will be much better about answering questions. But it was really about just giving you this exciting news. This is not a one-time only thing. We cannot wait to see you Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. That is 11 a.m. in Seattle. It is 7 p.m. in Dublin. We will see you all there. Until then, stay quarantined, stay safe. We love you all. We work in a great industry, and we're very grateful. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Todd.
Yep, thanks.
Quarantine, stay safe. We love you.